With y'all, man, fully focused. Holla back at your boy, right? So this topic, I should have dropped this months ago, but this is what's gonna help you with your consistency, right? Because how do you achieve your goals? How do you achieve, what you desire? The main thing is consistency over everything. This is the main secret and the main formula. It's nothing too flashy. It's simple, it's basic. And that's accountability. This is what's helped me throughout, my journey. My journey started last summer, and like in the spring. So what are we in November? So that's like almost like a year and a half. Basically like a year and a half, right? And that's accountability. You gotta hold yourself accountable to your actions. Understand that there's consequences to your actions. Like I said before, I believe in God, right? Whatever you want to believe, usually, when you give something to the universe, doesn't matter what it is, the universe gives it back. So if you bring negativity, negativity will come back. If you plant, if you sow, a good seed, it'll grow into a tree. The universe gives back a tree. You know what I'm saying? So generally, what's coming back to you? Your growth. Now, it's not always going to be in the ways that you think is going to be positive. If you want, to become harder, stronger, you're going to be faced with the obstacles, right? Adversity. Like I said, adversity is literally the greatest gift a man could receive, because you're forced to either complain or stay the same, like Steph says. Status quo. So you need to set your goals and make sure you live up to those goals. Because at the end of the day, what separates you is you. What separates you from the crowd is you. Your mentality, your drive, I guess your motivation, your discipline. So you need to discipline yourself, create the principles, and also have the accountability to uphold those principles, standards, those goals. So if you're in the gym, are you actually hitting the goals that you say you're hitting? And it's okay if you don't hit the goal within a certain week. That happens to me all the time. If I don't get a certain number of reps within a certain number of sets, maybe I'm a rep short or a couple reps short within each set. That's okay. We're human. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not gonna stop. I'm still gonna try to hit those goals. I hold myself accountable. You gotta hold yourself accountable. Are you still on track with your career? Are you making your money? If you're a college student like me, are you still maintaining a good these grades, these goals? You know what I'm saying? It sounds very obvious, but in a practical sense it's not, because I ain't gonna hold you. When you walk into the gym, right, or when you walk into a building, what are you gonna see? Somebody, are you gonna see like the big, strong guy, or the morbidly obese man? It's not really to shame anybody, but this is just the fact speaking. Are you gonna really notice? Are you gonna see the strong guy that's about, let's say, a 225 cut guy, 6'3", or they both could be 6'3", 225 cut, lean, massive, right? Works out. Are you really gonna notice that person walk into the gym or into a place, let's say like the library, or you can say the library or something like that, or the mall? Or are you gonna see the morbidly obese guy? You're gonna notice the strong 225 cut guy. Both, and keep in mind, both of these guys are 6'3". We'll say both of these are 6'3". It doesn't matter. Why is that? You can tell it's a subconscious communication. It is non-verbal communication. Just their presence alone on the physique shows that one is accountable for themselves and one is not, just because of how their body is. One is accountable because they go to the gym, and most likely once they go to the gym, they set goals of what you want to do. You know, and when you're in the gym, there's things called, you know, working out, actually working out, or training. You know, if you're training, you're hitting goals. If you're working out, you're just there to just work out. I see a lot of people at the gym. I tend to see growth a lot. I see growth with some people, and some people's goals is just to maintain, which is fine. You know, if their goal is just to maintain what they got, you know, they're mostly working out. But the people that are progressing within, you know, strength, physique, they're training. The difference is that there is that progressive overload or physical overload, muscle attainment that is hit within a certain time period versus, you know, just getting the physical activity within, let's say, an hour, and then, you know, just be done with it. So you notice these differences, and what that does is that attracts, you know, people within your like-minded people to your social circle. I would drop that video, but as of right now, I don't feel like I'm at that stage yet. You are who you surround yourself with, but attracting like-minded, personally I'm not at that stage yet. So within my lifestyle. So, you know, you get to meet these new peoples, and there's these new opportunities that you've never seen before. So, you know, the accountability, it also reflects within your mentality. So, the more you hold yourself accountable, the less BS you'll tolerate, and you move different. You know what I'm saying? Because time is something that you can't get back. And whenever I spend my time, you know, I still have time. I have a lot of time to procrastination. When I have a problem and I in front of me, I don't want to do it. Man, like, I ain't gonna hold you. I do not want to do it, bro. I don't want to do it. But I'm still holding myself accountable to at least say, I gotta get this back by this time, or I gotta hit it, or I at least gotta, you know, have some sort of production goal. So nobody's here nobody's here, right? Nobody's here to say you gotta do this, unless you have a partner. If you have a partner that makes you accountable, people I train with, there's a guy that, you know, makes me, like, checks up on and then sees where my goals at, how am I doing with it, and it's cool, you know, have those people. But at the end of the day, nobody is really gonna say, yo, get up and let's go, or yo, what are you in? Because there's very few people that actually do that. Not everybody has your best interest. I say this time and time again. No, not everybody has your best interest. So, are you setting new standards for yourself, and are you upholding yourself to those new standards? moment that you actually practice that, the moment that you constantly think that, you move different, your life is different. Your mentality is different. It's going to change. You may be misunderstood by a lot of people, but when you're trying to become great, or when you're trying to do something that impacts the world in a positive way, when you're trying to make your dent, it's just what happens. People generally don't want to do that. We're in a world where people want to fend for themselves. How they look, how they dress, trying to impress other people. You know? And it results in trying to hate on other people, downplay other people's success, putting other people down. They just don't have the mental capacity to do it themselves. That's very few people in the world that are actually successful. That you know, with the grind and hold themselves accountable. So that's the video I wanted to share today. 0.01%, better every day. Faithfully committed to greatness, and by being faithfully committed, we're faithfully accountable to ourselves for greatness. Alright, y'all. So make sure you hit your goals, like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody that needs to see it. And you know, holla back at your boy. Alright, y'all. Peace.